What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. I'm Edward the Collector, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Siege Deluxe Class Ironhide and Ratchet mold. I've done this before, kind of. I did the Prowl Blue Streak Smokescreen molds like months ago, like at the beginning of the channel, kind of. And honestly, I liked it. I like doing that. I think it makes sense to kind of just do all of one mold in one video, or at least do comparisons of the mold all in one video, instead of having them all spread out, because it's the same figure. So, with explanation, yeah, with that out of the way, we're gonna be taking a look at all three of these, and they're pretty much very similar. These two are the same, just pretty much, and then this guy has a little bit different stuff going on. So here we have Siege Ironhide, Siege Ratchet, and Siege Crosshairs. These all came out, gosh, like 7 years ago now. Not like 6 years ago, maybe. It's been a while though. Siege was a long time ago, even though it feels to me pretty recent. But I've been talking a lot, so let's just get right into it. We have Ironhide here, and I think we'll take a look at him first. So put those guys off to the side, to the back. Here he is. He turns into a Cybertronian van, pretty much. And honestly, I kind of like it. I think it's a pretty cool looking vehicle mode, especially for the vans. It's neat. It's definitely, you can tell it's Ironhide, you know, red vehicle, yellow stripe, and Ironhide's head right there. That is kind of annoying, and the feet hanging out the back are kind of mid. But it's still, you know, it's not terrible. It's just they definitely have done better with like the Studio Series G1 or Studio Series A6 Ironhide and Ratchet molds. But he comes with this missile launcher attachment thing that also is a hammer. So we'll take a look at that a little bit later, but it can plug in pretty much anywhere you want. It's right there, there, down there, but that'll be later on. Up at the front, on the back, it's Siege. There's ports everywhere. That was the main gimmick, was weapons and blast effects and all that. So there he is. It rolls pretty nicely. Not terrible, but not much else to say about it. The paint is nice. You can see some battle damage here and there. It does kind of just look like a Sharpie was taken and scribbled quickly, which, all right, hopefully you didn't hear that, but the computer just went off. Anyway, yeah, not bad. It's a Cybertronian van. So we'll take a look at all the vehicle modes first, and then we'll get into robot modes. So next up, we have Crosshairs, who is pretty much the exact same, just different colors and head, which we'll take a look at later on, obviously. But he's blue. Instead of red, he's blue, and he has the red windshield. But honestly, I kind of like this look better for whatever reason. It's just, I just like blue and the black and the red and the white. I just like it, the detailing better. And I got it used, so I don't know if these are like painted or stickers. I think these are part of like the original figure. And if I remember, I'll talk about something in a second as well with the hands. But I'm pretty sure this is like part of the figure itself, not custom. So that's pretty cool. And same accessory, but instead of gray, it's black and red, which looks pretty cool. Missile launcher and hammer. I had it on this side because, you know, just to differentiate a little bit. But again, rolls a little bit better, surprisingly, for whatever reason. But it looks nice. Same problems. Head is right there. Feet are out the back. But it still looks okay. And, you know, there's some headlights there. So, next up, we have Ratchet, who honestly makes the mold work the best, I think. Because he actually, they switched it up for him a little bit. They gave him some different shoulders, which if you can tell, these are going to be shoulders. But it looks like there's, like, the siren piece up top. And then they changed the bumper a little bit. Like, they removed the bottom 2 holes, and instead it gave him, like, an actual, like, bumper, which is interesting. But, yeah, I just liked, you know, the red and white looks nice. Blue windshield this time, so it's a little bit harder to see inside, but you can still definitely see there's a head in there. Feet out the back. What else is new? It's, you know. But, you know, looks nice, rolls pretty well. And, yeah, his accessory is this thing. I don't really know what's going on here, but it basically just plugs into his back, and then there's, like, this little gun, and, like, a wrench, and then this whole thing is, like, a scanner, maybe, a shoulder cannon. I'm not really sure. So, to transform them, just put that however you want. To transform them, I'll do, I guess I'll do Ratchet, since I have him right here. To transform them, you want to come back here. First, you want to actually do the side panels first, like that. And then these parts come down like that. The back parts just open up like that. Oh. And then, in 1 second, you bring out the arms like this. And then, this is actually a thing I saw. I can't remember if it was an official thing or if someone did it online. But, basically, you just put out the arms and the legs like this. Something like that. And then, you plug this on. And then it's like a little repair station thing. So, I think it's kind of silly, but I do remember seeing this. This isn't a thing I just made up. I saw this a while ago. Actually, I might have made it up. I probably didn't. But, it's cool. Anyway, he's almost at robot mode, so you just want to bring out the arms like that. Split the legs, fold in those panels, fold down those panels. Unpeg or untab the bumper. Fold around the entire torso, if possible. Please. Why is it getting stuck? Hold on. Okay. I guess you want to have the arms up like that first. Then fold it around. Then bring down the arms. I didn't realize that was an issue. Then bring up that. It doesn't tab in. But the head folds up and it locks it into place. So it's not tabbed in, but it's like, it's held there. So, as you can see. Not bad. And then this part is a little, you know, you can do whatever you want with it, but you can either have the windshield flat, or you can bend it like that, and that tabs in. So, I like to do that for Ratchet and Ironhide, and I keep it flat for Crosshairs, which you'll see in a second. But, here he is, in robot mode. I'll give him his little backpack accessory thing. And yeah, he looks pretty cool. He looks great. And, I'll get these guys transformed right now. And, here they are, all together. All in their robot modes. And they all look pretty good. Not much to complain about, really. The biggest complaints I've seen from people is really the vehicle mode, just because of how the feet are just kind of out there. But that gets fixed down the line, so it doesn't really matter that much. But here they all are. We'll take a look at Ratchet first. Just want to get them transformed. And same color scheme, white, red, blue windshield, and a gray head crest, which is kind of a point of like confusion to me, at least, and I think to some other people, where sometimes it's red, sometimes it's gray. I've even seen it sometimes it's white, but it looks good. I kind of wish it was red, but it's, you know, not a big deal. If you want to customize it, you can. But, looks cool. The accessories, you can just give him. You can give him this little pistol or medicinal thing. You give him this wrench. And you can have that thing poking up at top. I really don't know what this is. Maybe it's like a light or something. But, yeah. All the weapons have special names in their instructions. They all have, like, Cybertronian fancy names. Like, just, I don't even have an example, but just crazy stuff. But it's a wrench, it's a gun, and it's a thing on his back. So you could look him up on like TF Wiki, or if you have the figures or the instructions. But he looks cool. I really do like this design. I love Siege. I think I've said that before. It's one of my favorite Transformers toy lines that we've gotten. So he looks good. Ironhide looks all right. He feels a little looser. Just handling him, he feels like just his shoulders feel loose, and I don't know. He just kind of feels off, but he looks all right. Not terrible. I think Ratchet does look better. And as you can see, I have his weapon on his back. But again, it's the missile launcher from the vehicle mode. And it does have blast effect ports, so if you have blast effects, you can plug them in there. And again, there's ports. It's Siege. There's ports everywhere. Well, actually, just on his chest. I was going to say they're everywhere. I'm going to point to like 5, but it's actually just up top. There's one right there. There's 2 on his shoulders. So they're not everywhere on him, but they are there. And then, of course, hammer. You can give him to him. You can give it to him like this or like this. I think this looks the best if you're going to do the hammer mode, because the other way kind of just looks like he's holding like a suitcase or a briefcase. I just don't really like how that looks. But like that, it looks more like a weapon, like a hammer. So that's pretty cool. That's why I like Siege, is just because the playability, the accessories, the blast effects, the target masters coming back, or battle masters, whatever they call them. But just the way weapons were in Siege is just very cool to me. So Crosshairs is the exact same, except his head is a little bit different. I say a little, but it's completely different. It looks cool. It's black and red, very simple, but it's kind of like a generic robot face, but I just like the tubing and the mask. It looks cool. And then, of course, the red, white, and blue color scheme. The missile launcher and hammer, you know, same figure. So, because it's all the same figure, we'll take a look at the articulation on this guy. You just take this away. They have a ball joint at the neck, so you can angle it like that. You can look up that far, down that far, and full 360. It's pretty much the same for all of them. Well, it's a little bit different just because, you know, quality. Some of them are a little bit tighter. Some of them don't look all the way, you know, a little bit different, but it's the same idea across the board. So, shoulder swivel, a little bit of an up and down right there because of transformation, but you can get them, you know, shrugging, kind of. But yeah, full 360, up that far, which is pretty cool. Down in that far, which I don't know why you really want that, but you can go in. He has a bicep swivel, an elbow bend, and a wrist swivel, which is surprising. Oh, and I don't know. I didn't look at any like stock photos before I started this video, but if anyone could tell me if this is custom or not, I'd like to know. Because like I said, I got it used, so I don't know if this is someone like just took a Sharpie to this or if this is actually part of the figure. So, but anyway, wrist swivel, full 360, you know, full 360 at the waist. He's very, this mold is very free. Not a lot of capability going on, or what? Not a lot of kibble going on. Like his back looks very nice, very clean, very slim. His legs can go back that far, forward that far, out that far. Thigh swivel, knee bend, ankle tilts. It's a very posable mold. It's great. It works. Hello? Plug in. All right. But yeah, it works. It's great. You can get him into some crazy poses. This part likes to come undone sometimes, but that's all right. right here, it likes to, you know, just pop off. And so does the skirts as well. They're not really skirts, but the panels on the side of the legs. Whatever, though. But for comparisons, we'll bring forward Ratchet, because the comparison I have is Ratchet, which is actually Shattered Glass Ratchet, who is the Earthrise, Ironhide, and Ratchet mold, which were the hardest to get figures maybe ever. That's not true, but those figures were incredibly hard to get, so I was pretty lucky to get the Shattered Glass Optimus and Ratchet set. But here they are. You can tell basically the same mold again, but it's a little bit different. So I might do the Shattered Glass pack as a separate review, but very similar. The only thing that's different is like the entire upper body. The torso's different, the heads are different. He has this big shield thing instead of his tools. And of course he's white and minty. Well, off-white nowadays because of yellowing plastic, but that's fine. Yeah, they're cool looking together. I don't have the Earthrise molds because again they're really hard to find. But hey, having this mold is cool. Having this mold is cool. They're cool together. It's nice. But yeah, overall, great figures, great line. I've said this before, I'm going to continue saying it for so many reviews, but I love Siege. I love these figures. Characters are cool. Crosshairs showed him in G1 for like 5 minutes, so I really don't know much about him other than his movie version is cooler. But Ironhide and Ratchet, love those guys. And yeah, not much else to say other than if you can find any of these, definitely get them. Or don't, because a lot of people nowadays just collect the G1 Studio Series cartoon accurate stuff instead of the Siege, like, Cybertronian G1 designs, which is fair. But I'm just saying, pretty good molds. I think the Studio Series 86 molds for Ironhide and Ratchet probably are better, but I'm glad with what I have. They're fun, they're cool, and the battle damage does not bother me as much as other people. But overall, good figures. If you disagree or agree, you can comment down below your thoughts and opinions. That's what it's there for. If you like the video, you can you can go ahead and give it a like. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you all in the next video.